So now we've reached the last phase of the repair. This is the end of a sequence of phases conducting weld buildup inside the vessel using 3 different processes. The vertical welding, this is an example of what we've done inside the vessel using the vertical weld buildup process, which applied vertical beads of welding, and what that did was built up the thickness of the vessel in areas that had been thinned by the corrosion process on the outside of the vessel. So this has been successfully deployed in 4 areas inside the vessel, and we're very, very pleased with those results. The second phase of the welding, very similar, but it's a horizontal process. This allowed us to address areas in one deployment of the tooling. We could build up a thicker layer in order to address the corrosion on the backside of the vessel. So we've deployed this as well very successfully inside the vessel. The third process that we've successfully used as well is using what we call consumable patches or backing strips. We attached these plates with tack welds and then surrounded it with fillet welds, shown vertically here, and then we applied a weld overlay on top of these plates. You can see the signature of the plate that underlies this region of weld buildup. And in this particular area, we were covering up the through-wall penetration, which led to the original leak inside the vessel, which just shows here. But we'd also cut a hole inside the vessel in order to extract a coupon that we were able to analyze to determine the corrosion mechanisms and the properties of the vessel. And so this patch covered both the leak site and the coupon hole. And so that was successfully deployed. Again, we're very pleased with the results. So this actually sealed the original leak that took us out of service. But that's not the end of the repair. We still have some additional areas that need to be addressed, and that's the next phase of the repair process. The final phase that we're working on is a combination of weld buildup and plates. These are thicker plates, and they perform a structural function. They're not overlaid with weld material, but they're surrounded instead. They're surrounded with an area of weld buildup, and there are fillet welds that attach these plates to the vessel wall, and these are structural welds in order to provide the strength to the vessel for these final repairs. So this is an example of our next repair site, actually. We're working on developing the weld parameters for attaching 4 plates in a geometry like this with the weld buildup between them and around the plates. And this is to address the wall thinning in a region of the vessel that's fairly extensive in size, as you can see. And so this is our next repair. And in order to achieve that, it's a combination of engineering analysis to predict the stresses in coordination with the welders, working on fine-tuning the processes of how to start and complete the individual weld beads and how to attach the plates, in coordination with the non-destructive examination folks who are working on the processes to examine the welding. We've now got a solution for the next weld going forward, and we're very close to the final solution that will let us complete this last repair. But they're technically challenging. These are larger areas to repair than what we've covered so far, and it's requiring a substantial amount of development within the team in order to ensure that we'll be successful.